All right, chat. Esper Flash. This is kind of a stretch here, but hear me out. This is Alejo's deck, by the way, so shout out to Alejo. What we have going on here is a lot of flash cards. So we're building around both Cunning Nightbonder, which is 2 mana 2/2 flash. Spells with flash you cast cost 1 less to cast and can't be countered. And then also Slitherwisp, which says black, black, blue, 3/2 flash. Whenever you cast another spell that has flash, specifically not when you cast a spell on your opponent's turn, which these cards frequently say. Just whenever you cast another spell that has flash, draw a card and your opponent loses a life. All right. So then we have a lot of flash cards. So Faerie Mastermind, 2 mana 2/1 flying flash, pairs nicely with the nice thing about this deck is you just get to always hold up all of your mana, which is pretty sweet. Brazen Borrower. When you cast Petty Theft, you don't get the draw card, you don't get the bonus. But when you play the Brazen Borrower half of it, you do, because it has flash. Errant and Giada, also very nice flash payoff, because it costs less, draws you a card with Slitherwisp, and then also lets you cast more stuff with flash off the top of your deck. Spell Queller, we all know what this card does. It has flash, gets the discount, draws a card. Wandering Emperor, really good card with flash, arguably one of the best in the format that has flash. Ertai, I don't know too much. I don't know if I love this one too much. This is maybe the most sketchiest option, the fact that there's 4 copies, but it is powerful, it is versatile, does some cool stuff, even, costing less with Nightbonder is nice. This is the only card that does not have flash in our deck. However, getting to pick up copies of Faerie Mastermind and Brazen Borrower with Kaito, and then also getting to recast them with Slitherwisp, really cool. And then to top it all off, the cherry on top of the cake, Leyline Binding, also has flash. Now you might ask yourself, Doomwake, why are we playing Leyline Binding in a 3-color deck? Well, yes, it is 3 mana most of the time, but it still gets discounted by Nightbonder, which would make it cost 2 mana. And the nice thing about this is just 3 mana for a flash O-Ring that draws you a card, sometimes costs 2 mana. That's just fine. It's just a good card enough. You don't have to make it cost 1 mana. So I think that's totally fine. And then moving on to the sideboard, oh look, more flash cards. So we have Invasion of Innistrad, which is a removal spell with flash, Saiba Cryptomancer to help protect your Nightbonders and Masterminds against removal, Hullbreaker Horror for the control matchups, Containment Priest for those pesky graveyard creativity decks, Rest in Peace doesn't have flash, but doesn't need an introduction, Guardian of Faith for the sweepers, and then Archangel Avacyn, sweepers, good against midrange, good against aggro, just a, well-rounded card. Yeah, 12 rogue, so it's clearly a rogue deck. Sure. Try this in. Hey, I don't have any rogues in my hand. Just kidding. Yeah, it could be good against Lotus Field. I could definitely see it. Maybe a card you want access to. Mono red. Is it worth shocking to play the Nightbonder? I think so. Could be wrong, but I think it's worth it. Because then I can play a tap land and still cast a Leyline Binding. Seal Away. Ooh. Always forget about Seal Away. Do you think that's better than Binding? It's close, right? Probably not better, but... I worry about casting Nightbonder as they just have Shock. What if I just bounce their Swiss Spear? Is that bad? I don't think it's that bad. Perfect. That's a really good draw. The fact that I get to hold up Queller and Binding without taking damage. Might just Binding this turn. We'll see what they do. Yeah, I'm going to let that go. If they just go to combat, I'm going to Binding their Etching. Yeah, I'm just going to Binding Etching. Damping Sphere is one of... It's so weird because you think it's good against mono green, but the way that the games play out, it's like it's not that good against them. It's really easy for them to just cast a bunch of 3 mana cards through a Damping Sphere, That's the biggest issue. It's Damping Sphere is at its best against Lotus Field, but it's not that great against mono green. I know it's really weird to say that, but at least in my experience, Damping Sphere has not been great against green. Eidolon. Ooh, that's a good draw. That is a good draw. Just gonna kill the Eidolon. Hey, I'm Dolan over here. I would assume they're gonna kill my Emperor. It's kind of rough. Jesus. Where are all these spells coming from? I think we're dead. I think we are dead now. I have to, what, Ertai the Den, I think? Ertai the Den, block the Swiss Spear. Okay, they should have floated mana, because if they drew a shock off of the Ertai, they could have just killed my Ertai. But they didn't float a mana, thankfully. Guess we're taking 6. Not gonna trade for this. This matchup seems a little tough for us, I will say. Just have second den. Alright, we're not beating that. We have been defeated. Do we have any help in the sideboard against mono red? Rest in Peace, not really. Guardian of Faith, not the best. We don't really have a lot here, but I think the Kaitos are probably worse than Avacyn. I don't really ever see myself tapping out for Kaito on my turn, so I'm just gonna try this. Saiba seems okay. It's like a 2-drop to protect. Maybe it's like a way to protect your creatures, but I could see it being okay. This hand is fine, I guess. Put back Slitherwisp. I don't really want to. I don't want to pay a bunch of life in this matchup. I'll do it this way. I know that the creature gains life, but it's such a huge investment, and I'd much rather just be, casting Wandering Emperor on those turns. Just don't think it's worth it. Like, I know that it's decent, but I think we can do better, and I think Avacyn is quite a bit better, especially against stuff like Chain Whirler, Oh, I thought Slitherwisp was you lose life. Oh, okay, my bad. Don't think I'm blocking with Mastermind, so this just seems like the nightmare matchup for us. Bunch of cheap removal spells that all line up well against our creatures. Our curve is way too high. Like, I don't know how we ever beat this deck. We went 3-2 with Elementals, and I kind of have to go for this. It's probably not going to work, but could have held up Spell Queller, I guess. Oh, now they just Chain Whirler me, right? Maybe I have to block here. Because if I block here, they just let it die and then Chain Whirler both of these. Yeah. This would definitely be the nightmare matchup. Classic Doomwake Dono deck Thursday. Queues up with a sweet deck and then just gets the worst possible pairing round 1. $14. Let's cast this. Try to eat this. I mean, I guess this is the same problem as last turn. Just losing to Chain Whirler. Can't play around everything, though. Alright, I'm out. Yeah, we're never beating that deck in a million years. Never beating that times. I also have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, that's not it. That is not the one. I'm gonna reluctantly keep this hand. I don't know if it's very good, but is matchup good? That's a good draw. Funny enough, it doesn't actually discount Slitherwisp because it's black, black, blue. And this makes your flash spells cost colorless less to cast. Lotus Field. Your turn. Gotta find some Spell Quellers. Need to find some Spell Quellers. That is not a Spell Queller. This matchup cannot be good, right? What do we even have in the sideboard? We have not a lot of help here. I guess Rest in Peace, but it's not even that great, right? Blue, black, black. Would Spell Queller be better if the opponent didn't get to cast the spell when it died? Absolutely. If it was just like 3 mana, 2/3 flyer, ETB counter your spell, it'd be amazing. So much better. Well, that can draw us into Spell Queller, right? So we can go here and then pass. Because Errant costs 2, and we'll have 2 mana left over, and the Queller also gets discounted. They have main deck Silence? Good God. My brother in Christ. God, I even drew this. Oh, God. I mean, I guess I'll Queller this and die anyways, but we actually get to go off, too. Man, might have been okay if they didn't have Silence. That sucks. Main deck Silence? Really? Is that normal? I didn't think it was. I thought, I might be crazy, but yeah, would have won if they didn't have Silence. We just get to Queller that. Good beats. Main deck Silence, ladies and gentlemen. Main deck Silence. Sometimes you just get got. I could bring in Rest in Peace. I think that's the only card I could realistically bring in. Maybe it's better than Kaito. Kaito just seems way too slow. Just gonna try 2 Rest in Peace. Yeah, they just wanted more. They simply just wanted more, I agree. You know who else just wants it more? Me. I want Factor more. Shout out to Factor. Exclamation point Factor in the chat to get you a little bit of a discount on your first box. You like that little segue? Again, big shout out to Factor. I am excited, I've wanted to try their meal service for quite some time now, and I am, grateful that they graciously asked me to run their sponsor campaign, so. And every single person who signs up using my code, I get a little bit of a kickback, so. Thank you, Duncan. Thank you. You're my shill homie. Card has been foretold. Did we cast Mastermind or Nightbonder? I believe cast. Oh no, be Nightbonder, right? Because then I can master. Yeah, I can Mastermind and Spell Queller next turn. Yeah. I have actually not tried their meal so far. I haven't tried their service yet, but I've been anxiously awaiting to get a sponsorship opportunity from them. So I'm really excited to see how the meals are. I've heard really good things about it, so I'm pretty hyped on the package that we ordered. We ordered a lot of cool stuff. Let's Mastermind. I think I'm just gonna double Mastermind here. Then we can quell their verdicts. You counter this? We have a second Queller. I think it's fine. It does kind of seem like their hand is bad, right? Yeah, it does kind of seem like their hand is bad. And we can still double spell next turn. See, this is what's supposed to happen. This is certainly one of the draws of all time. I don't know, when this deck does its thing, it's pretty powerful. It's cool stuff going on. Alright, let's jam Borrower and Mastermind. And we can hold up Queller next turn. Just my brother in Christ, please do not cast Silence. Whatever you do, don't cast Silence. If only I had a second black to play the Slitherwisp. They might have been dead, right? 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Yeah, if I had a second black to play Slitherwisp, they would have died. I think it's better to hold up Spell Queller than that. Yeah, this just doesn't do anything, right? I don't think so. Alright, no second black for the Slitherwisp, unfortunately. Vizier. I have a similar list that was blue-white instead. What, like blue-white flash? I know Bailey's been working on some blue-white flash stuff. Ooh, draw 2? Let's go. Okay. Alright. Turning this one up, by the way. Jammer alert. I have to quell this. I can't not quell this. Okay. Beam me up. Beam me up, chap. Come on. Bedge. Lotus Field, Bedge. One of the decks of all time, if I had to say so myself. I mean, I blame Canister for everything, so. Impulse. I mean, in my defense, Tonber, the only counterspell we have is Spell Queller. We don't have a lot of counter magic against them, right? So, like, part of me wants to say that I'm not that surprised that our Lotus Field matchup is bad. If you look at a deck like Spirits, they have so much counter magic, and that's why they just feast on Lotus Field. This deck only has Spell Queller, and that's it. Yeah, I'm 4 or less, so I can't counter their bomb with specifically Spell Queller. That's the issue. Yeah, also one of the mana bases of all time. Not incorrect. Yeah, the problem with Spell Queller is it only counters the most irrelevant spells. Most of the time, they don't need. I mean, sometimes you can like that is a choke point. Like the Hidden String sometimes is a choke point, but not all the time. And they can very frequently win through getting that spell countered. Yeah, sometimes they have masterminds. Opponent has fields. How many basics do we have? We got 3 basics. It's fine. Gifted Aetherborn. Faerie Mastermind. I guess we're attacking. How do I beat a 2/3 Death Touch lifelink, though? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Duncan. Like, I was curious to see if the entire, like, if the all flash package was going to pay off. But I agree. Even though Thoughtseize and Fatal Push don't specifically have flash, I think they're probably too good not to play. Like, I think if I were to build this deck again, I would want to cut the Ertais and the Kaitos and probably turn those into Fatal Push Thoughtseize. What would we call that deck, Tomber? Would we call it Sprogs? Esper Sprogs. Dedge. The Undercity Upheaval. Not sure what the Undercity Upheaval is. Do I have to start Ertying these? Kind of hate it. I think I do. Speaks. Speaks. We're just making up words now. Rogerets. Sounds like Rugrats. Banger of a show, by the way. Loved that show as a kid. What is the all-time best kids cartoon? Best of all time. I'm gonna cast this in response. I believe. Actually, wait. This was dumb. I could have just let them take an Ertai, right? Because I have 2 anyways. Cat Dog was pretty good. Destroy. How about the Thornberries? Big shout out to the Thornberries. You know. Love me some Thornberries. Well, Beavis and Butthead wasn't exactly a kid show, depending on your definition of the word, I guess. But Doug was pretty good, yeah. Cat Dog, Dexter's Lab, Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Neutron, anybody? Yeah, Eddie was good. There's a lot of good ones. Yu-Gi-Oh, of course. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, that's the obvious number 1 answer. So I have to, like, play a spell on my turn to not flip the Trespasser. So I guess we go blue, Nightbonder, attack with Mastermind with the intention of trying to trade Ertai for Trespasser, and we can still hold up all of our stuff. Probably going to go to 5 here. I don't remember As Told by Ginger. Johnny Bravo was good. What was the Beavers? Angry Beavers. That's another good one. I like the Angry Beavers. Are they casting a 5-mana spell? Oh, no. Oh, Marone. Not like this. Is that a 5-mana spell? How do I beat that? I guess I could have maybe flashed in another Mastermind in response. God, this is all bad. Okay, well, we can trade the board. I know. This deck just needs, like, more cheap interaction, you know? That's really what it's missing. It's really, really missing Fatal Push Thoughtseize. It's really hard to play, like, a black mid-range style deck without those cards. And that effectively feels like what we're doing. We're just so far behind these decks, you know? Because they're so much more efficient than we are. So we're too slow against loaded. We're too slow against combo, and we're not efficient enough to keep up with the, you know, with the other, like, black mid-range decks. So it's, you know, what are we even good against at that point? But again, you could fix that by adding Fatal Push Thoughtseize. Probably just gonna get invoked again, but they're also at 26. We have no chance of ever killing them anytime soon. Right, yeah. There's not a lot of punishments, you know. Got the flash payoffs. I have to respond to this. Mastermind in response, and then still hold up Queller. Flash payoffs like Nightbonder, Slitherwisp, add the interaction, keep the Esper Splash for Leyline Queller, hope it's good enough, not just yeah. But then at that point, it's like you're probably just a worse Rogues deck, right? You're certainly a worse Fairies decks. You know, I'm trying. I just failed to find what you're gaining over those other decks, right? You know, that's the issue. It's like what's the benefit? I mean, you know, again, I'm always down to try new stuff. You know, don't get me wrong. I love trying new stuff. That's the whole point of Dono Deck Thursday. But you know, we do learn things on Dono Deck Thursday as well. Yeah, I guess binding. Tank, invoke, huh? Alrighty. Okay. What do we want against mono black midrange? Like, what should be our plan against them? I guess. Okay, I guess this card's good. Kill Shieldred. Hullbreaker for the grindy matchups. We're just never gonna get the 7 against them. We also only have 23 lands. This is kind of a weird one. I mean, it makes more sense against blue-white because you're gonna have a lot more time, but against decks like this, you don't have as much time. Yeah, I guess Saiba's good. Maybe cut. I don't even know. We cut. Maybe Borrower? I don't think we're trying to beat down, right? Cut for Thoughtseize. Yeah. Let's try this. Let's see how this goes. This might be too many 4s, but... You know, again, the concept is cool, but just feels like we're... yeah, also this mana base... I mean, I guess it's okay, because we can go this, into this, but... No, I think Spell Queller is good, because they have Shieldred. I think you want to keep Queller. Yeah, see, this is the problem. Like, they're playing a card that costs 1 mana, which is going to trade with my 3 or 4 mana card. You know, we're just going to be behind in these exchanges every single time. That's the issue, right? We're just getting so burned on mana. These exchanges are so bad for us. Ever seen a binding cost 5? Well, they should always cost 3 in this deck, but I guess it costs 4 this game. Right, yeah. Like, we're playing a black deck that kind of wants to play at mid-range speed, and we're not playing Thoughtseize Fatal Push, which... I don't know if I can get behind that. I understand the idea behind building the whole deck around Slitherwisp and Nightbonder, but also, like, Slitherwisp is kind of awkward with Nightbonder, because Nightbonder doesn't discount Slitherwisp, right? So it's like, you run into these weird situations. So they have Power Word Kill, is that what this means? Alright, I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna probably just let them have this for a little bit. I'm not gonna cast the Slitherwisp, though. I'm gonna wait until I get to 6 mana. That's not bad, either. I want to at least get 1 card out of Slitherwisp. Because now, like, I can go end step Slitherwisp, and if they cast a removal spell, I can respond to Nightbonder, and then I'm up a card. So that's what I'm going to do. Black, black, blue. Escape. I cast a removal spell. I play Nightbonder. Draw a card. Well, we're finally up a single card. It only took us like 12 turns of Magic to be up a single card against them. This now costs 3. Go. Should we just be casting Divination? Probably, yeah. I mean, at this rate, apparently. Like I said, the concept is really cool, but it's so hard to play that kind of game with these decks. Yeah, we also like can't ever block this thing profitably. We can't even trade with it. Our whole deck is 2/3s. The only card that trades with it is the one that I don't want to trade with it. If I pass, they get the flip. How do I win this game? Guess I can Ertai the Gifted Aetherborn and try to block here. Maybe I should have held the land for binding. I don't want this thing to flip, so I'm just gonna do this now. Need more Dirge Bats? Something like that. We need something. Something that trades. Or just cheap cards. Just give me some 1-mana cards. You know? Give me Thoughtseize, give me Fatal Push. Like, you could probably make this deck a lot better. If you still want to keep building around Slitherwisp and Nightbonder, you could probably keep those. Just, you gotta play Fatal Push Thoughtseize. Alright, well, my whole hand's gone anyways, so I'll just do this. GoPots has 2 obs. Yo. Tandy, you got your obs, right? Oh, you borrowed from Brendan. Gotcha, okay. I have no cards in my hand. This is just like... This ain't it. We tried, Alejo, we tried. Have you, Did you play a League with this deck before? I'm just curious. Have you played a League with this deck yet? Okay, we'll try this. This hand plays. I mean, this hand is, like, actively good. Oh, boy. See, you know you're having a bad day when you've entered the Dread Wanderer bracket. You know it's really rough. Am I trading for... How do we ever beat a Dread Wanderer? I can't beat this card. I can't kill it. Oh, man. Not like this. They probably have Fatal Push, too. I have to trade. Chili with the Twitch Prime. How you doing, buddy? 2 years. I miss you. Hope you're doing well over there. I almost feel, like, forced to trade here. It's disgusting and I hate it, but... Like, what else am I gonna do? Master Manicus, thank you for the 2. Okay, that kind of helps. That kind of helps. Subtrain! Death Barone. This is this the 4Dogs alt account? 4Dogs, did you snipe me on your alt account? What's going on over here? Deck needs Nightpack Ambusher. I mean, our mana base is already bad as is. Good luck trying to cast Nightpack Ambusher. I guess if we added green, we'd make our bindings better, right? So I can go Nightbonder and Mastermind for 1 mana, but I kind of... Maybe I'm supposed to take a hit here and just play Wisp. Take 5, go to 7, play Wisp, hope to untap and just draw a million cards. I think that's a better plan, because if I go Nightbonder Mastermind, I'm kind of spewing off my resources. Yeah, there is a lot of Ancient Cigarettes. You would be at least 4 colors, maybe even 6 colors. Lazotep Reaver. Sheesh. Alright, that's fine. You got a Reaver. We got a Reaver, boys. We got a Reaver. Blue, black, black. I can't click my mana. I'm trying though. Okay, they didn't kill my creature. I like that. We can main phase Nightbonder to try and find a land. I think I will also main phase Mastermind to try and find a land. I guess they could respond and Fatal Push the Nightbonder. In which case I would just play another Mastermind. Okay, draw 2 more. At the moment, so Dono. Yeah, like if I just had Fatal Push here, man. Just Fatal Push this thing and we'd be chilling, but... man, it's so hard to win these games without Fatal Push. But I mean, to be honest with you, that was a good turn. Like, we drew 3 additional cards. Like, that was a good exchange. Like, when you untap with Slitherwisp, it is pretty good. But... the issue is, like, your deck is so clunky, and it's really hard to not fall behind, and the only way that you... Like, in order for you to get to untap with that card consistently, you have to not fall behind on board. But because our removal spell costs 4 and 3 and 4 mana, we can't really ever make up for the fact when we fall behind, you know? Like, Rogues is a deck that is awful when it gets behind, but it has a lot of cheap mechanisms to help it not fall behind. And this is kind of the same thing, where this deck is, when you get to untap with the thing and do the thing, you feel extremely far ahead, but we don't have any good mechanisms at allowing us to actually do that, where we're falling too far behind on board, and there's just nothing we can do about that, you know? That's the biggest issue. Verdict about elementals. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I actually liked it quite a bit. I'm at 3. Guess I'm not dead. Pretty close, but not dead. I don't know how we ever beat these Dread Wanderers, though. Alright, white. No, I should do it this way. Play this one first. Because then if I hit another Mastermind, I can cast it off the top. I think I'm just going to go to 1 and hope they have, like, literally nothing. Yeah, I think I'm going to go to 1 here. Can I go to 1? Oh, no, I can just do this. Yeah, I can do this. Go to 2. What was dead? Cooper the Red. Thank you very much for the raid. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Welcome, Raiders. I'll take this opportunity to say today's stream is brought to you by Factor75. If you want to go ahead and check them out, !Factor in the chat to get you a little bit of a discount on your first couple of boxes. I just ordered mine today. Should be getting them in the mail in a couple weeks, where we will be doing an unboxing. And pretty excited about that. First time I've ever used Factor, and I'm hyped for it, so. Let's see what's underneath here. Okay, tilt. So we're going to have to kill this. Can I attack? I don't think so. Blind Judge, thank you for the 8 months! Factor indeed. Appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, I have one person signed up, but that's because I use my own code. Because they said I could do that. I asked them, I was like, are you sure I can do this? And they were like, yeah, it's fine. Because I haven't signed up for Factor yet. Alright, so let's go 2, 3 here. Let's binding. Oh, right, it only costs 2. Kill this. And then we'll bounce the 1/1. Chat, we might actually win a game. Use the code. Oh, did you? Maybe mine didn't go through. I'll have to go back and check through. Let me see if it says it on the website. Let me check. Let's see. Sponsorships. Yeah, it shows 1 subscription. Maybe it was you. I don't know. Maybe you know what? I don't know if I actually submitted mine. I'll have to go back and check it after stream, but the first page with meals, you get enter code at the bottom at a weird place. Yeah. Can I attack here? I mean, I don't really want to trade with this. I have to trade off the Nightbonder? I might, right? I think I have to trade off the Nightbonder here. Even though I don't want to, but... Well, I mean, I'm going to cast the Borrower here, but yeah, I can activate Mastermind, play Borrower. Use the false Clyde code. I don't know if it counts the false Clyde code. If you use false Clyde, code false Clyde at checkout, I don't think it's going to work. I mean, I should activate Mastermind here, right? There's, like, no reason not to. Once I go to blocks. That's actually not bad. I can play this with the trigger on the stack. So I actually get an extra card this way, right? And then we go cast that, resolve the oh, wait, this thing is legendary? Oh, I didn't know that. Shit, I didn't know that card was legendary. I mean, it's fine. It's kind of a free card. I legit did not know it was legendary, though. Whoops. Probably would have been better off casting Borrower. Imagine streamer reading cards. Couldn't be me. Wait, I guess I just don't attack with the Mastermind. Yeah, we have to chill here. This is going to be tough. Why would it not be legendary? I don't know, I just haven't read the card before. You think I know how to read? Okay. Well, I'm debating on activating Mastermind, but I guess it's maybe better to cycle here. How do I ever beat that card? Let's Mastermind first, because this lets me draw 2 cards. Okay, that actually works, right? Because now we can go... Now I have 2/2/3s to block their 2/2/1s. Okay, alright. And I can upkeep Ertai the... Right? I think I go upkeep Ertai this, because it's another card, right? Well, it's not the Valakut the Molten Pinnacle, it's a Valakut, right? It's just one of the Valakuts. That's why it's not legendary. I don't know if you ever knew that, but... Oh, Chad, I think we're coming back. I think we are coming back in this game. I think we are coming back. I guess I'll draw first. Okay. Let's go exile one of these clowns. Play this. And I guess I will leave back... No, I kind of want them to kill this. Like, if they have a removal spell for this to attack profitably, then I can play the second Errant and Giada. I think we might have locked this one up. We might actually win a single game today. No way! No! Death Touch. I don't like this. Death Touch. I mean, I'm going to trade because I have a second Errant, but... I know they can get it back. Yeah, this is the 0-3 bracket. Shieldred's Edict, my Wanderer. Okay. Cool. Oh, right, I can't upkeep it because I have the thing. Yeah, okay. So I go here. Because they killed this on their turn, so I couldn't upkeep the other one. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. I don't know why I'm main phasing this stuff, but I guess it's fine. They're at 11. They're not dead, right? I have 7 damage. I could play Kaito just to make a blocker. Yeah, I just want to make more blockers at this point. Yeah, this game should be locked up. It took us a lot to get there, though. You have to admit. That took us... Like, honestly, we probably had to work a little bit too hard for that one. We were up so many cards and still almost lost that game. You know? Like, you know, we gotta have a conversation here. I almost want to bring in Rest in Peace for these Dread Wanderers. Is that wild? Invasion's too slow, I think. Borrower seems not great. That one seems a little mid. It doesn't block, it's bouncing 1-drops, not a big fan of Borrower. Priest does the same thing. Oh, Containment Priest, yeah, but they can Fatal Push this. They can't Fatal Push this, right? Yeah, it's good versus the Sus, good versus Dread, or, what's the other one? The black card, 1 with Menace. Black 2/2 Menace. It's good against that one too. I could see Saiba and or Avacyn too. Yeah, Relentless dead. Kaito looked okay that game, but I fear that it might be a little bit too slow in most situations. So maybe maybe you try this. Avacyn does kind of brickwall them, most of their creatures, right? Especially if they go for like a... What's the Skeleton Lord? Death Baron. If they go for a big Death Baron Death Touch attack, we can just kind of blow them out with Avacyn. So I think I like that. Tom knows his way around a black card. Tom has been known to cast the Thoughtseize or 2 in his day. Would you say that your playset of Thoughtseizes are well loved? Is that the condition that you would describe them as? Call that nostalgic condition. Dude, turn 3 Wandering Emperor, are you kidding me? In my Esper deck? This is just a ramp spell, don't have it. This is just rampant growth. Yeah, literally just rampant growth. Well, yeah, you probably own like 40 copies of Thoughtseize or whatever. Alright, they will not Fatal Push my Cunning Nightbonder. God damn it. They're gonna Fatal Push my Nightbonder, aren't they? Pretty sure they're going to. Rude. Okay. Same thing. I really want to hold up Spell Queller, so I will. I know I'm taking 2 damage. -2 KEKW. Chatter says, have I thought about adding Thoughtseize or Fatal Push? No, actually I haven't. It's a really good suggestion, Pickleballus. That is a really, really good suggestion. Yeah, this cards suck. It's a good Spell Queller. Did we just get rid of this homie now? I think so. I don't know why I'm main phasing it. Maybe they have, like, some sort of sack thing where they can, like, I don't know, Deadly Dispute or whatever. Like, I'm gonna do it anyways. Why not main phase it? Sure. What if we had Quicken so our Thoughtseize has Flash? If only it worked like that. Alright. Garlic Herb Salmon. That does sound pretty good. Oh shit, my round's up. Keep. What should be replaced for the Garlic Herb Salmon? I don't know how I feel about this Barbecue Pork Sloppy Joe. Chicken Fajita, Creamy Pesto Cavatappi sounds good. Cream Corn Chicken, Chorizo Chili Mac. Now that sounds really good. Let's get rid of those 2. Let's add the salmon. You want to try some fish. You gotta have some Joels. I need to be able to eat Joel live on stream. And then I got the sign color. Give me a second, Oathbreaker. Jalapeno lime cheddar chicken. That sounds good. Ooh, cheesy bacon ranch shredded chicken. Absolutely. Absolutely, I'm in. All right, let's do that. All right, what color do you want, Oathbreaker? Or do you want to wait until your league starts? I played a 1-drop. How do I ever beat that? Biden Blast. You just gotta Biden Blast them out, you know? Draw a Fatal Push. Haha, funny joke, funny joke. Everybody laugh. Everybody laugh. Haha, redeem KEKW, redeem KEKW. Yeah, alright. I mean, my 2-mana cards all trade for your 1-mana card. Surely this is gonna be okay. This is close to unwinnable. I have to assume so, yeah. I mean, I have a 2/3 in my hand. My brother in Christ. Yeah, we're dead. Purple? All right, let me find the best purple. So purple on the wheel. That's blue. Like the closest we're gonna. It's not like actually purple, but I think that's the closest we're gonna get about there. I mean, it's like purple adjacent, right? That's the closest we're gonna get, but what they reveal. Hopeful Initiate. Cool. Okay. All right, let's play Nightbonder. Blue. Gonna be Rakdos Obel with Rakdos Obel 1. Think a sack base is better, a Planeswalker base to make use of Obel 1. No, sack base is better. Again, the one thing we've talked about harped about all day today is mana efficiency is the most important part of Pioneer. So, just try to make your deck as mana efficient as possible. Mutavault. Deck is already ruled out then. Well, I mean, your combo can be a 4 and a 5, but the rest of your deck can be 1s and 2s, right? You know what I mean? Like, everything else can be 1s and 2s. Just saying. I could Queller Mastermind. I think it's better to Errant. Yeah, I'm going to Errant in combat. I think I'm just not going to trade with the Nightbonder. I guess you would play Fable. Yeah, you're definitely going to want to play Fable. So we can go here. I can put Errant on Kythian, Mastermind trade for Mutavault. And then, yeah, it's the same thing as blocking here, because by blocking here, they're going to sack this, and I'm going to take 2 less damage. They do get to flip Kythian. There's nothing I can do about that, but that is unfortunate. That is extremely unfortunate. Goals to have a Rakdos deck that doesn't make you buy Shield Rids. Well, I mean, traditional Rakdos sack doesn't play Shield Rids, so can I possibly beat a Gideon? Yeah, I could just bounce it, right? I can go shock, pass. I guess we might have to trade. No, I can't even afford to trade here because I need to hold up the Queller. Yeah, this is a rough spot. You know what card I think might be secretly cracked in Rakdos Sack? Actually, two of them. The backup cards. I think both Thrillseeker and Scornblade Berserker might just be the nuts in Rakdos Sack. Like, traditional Rakdos Sack, just playing those cards. I think that might be the wave. I don't know if you want to play a ton of Thrillseekers, because it is a 4-mana card, but it seems particularly powerful. Just take 8 here and go to 2? Or do I just let them resolve the Kythian? Let's just let them resolve the Kythian, because I can kill 2 creatures here. So they won't necessarily be able to flip the Kythian next turn. Yeah, you tried the list but scamp. Did you try the list, Tom? Did you try the list that had 4 copies of Call the Death Dweller? Because I think that was the breakthrough, was just playing more copies of that. Yeah, Berserker's really good. I'm dead. I mean, I can, like, chump block and play it out, but we're never winning that game. This matchup seems atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. And we also don't really have a lot of help at the sideboard. I guess we have Avacyn. I think 4-mana removal is not going to cut it. Alright. Yes, Aftermath is legal. Honestly, I'm thinking about Guardian of Faith just so I can have... Oh, it's a 3-2. I don't know why I thought this was a 3-3. Recall, 3 Scamp, 1 Vraid, 1 Judith. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, somebody in my chat when I was playing the deck on Tuesday also suggested Claim to Fame. Maybe that's better than playing the 4th copy of Call, because it kind of offers you the same thing, but it's a little bit more... It's more mana efficient the turn that you're getting back a single thing, and the backside is pretty good, just being able to, like, +2/+0 and haste a Thrillseeker, because it also gives you more damage output on the Thrillseeker. So that could be really powerful. If I'm playing Claim to Fame, I kind of want to play an additional copy of Kroxa, because that line of get back Kroxa hasted is kind of gross. So if I do end up playing Claim, I think I'd want a second Kroxa. Yeah, we could even bring a Containment Priest just as a Grizzly Bear with Flash. Yeah, you don't want to be, like, too reliant on the graveyard. I agree with that. But a good mix, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love the concept of this deck, but I just think it's way too clunky. Like, I enjoy casting a lot of these cards, but... Like, look at my hand, you know? It's like, how am I supposed to ever beat 1 and 2 drops with this deck? And everybody's playing 1 and 2 drops. This deck desperately needs Fatal Push. Is there a black 1-mana instant that answers 1 and 2 drops? Disfigure, perhaps? Maybe the one that makes a 1/1 fungal infection? Oh, punish for not main phasing this, I guess. I didn't think that was their plan. Only get 1 guy though, right? Oh, they get 2 1-drops if they hit it. Okay. Yeah. I always forget how busted this card is. Like, this card's so good. They only tapped 1 creature, and they still got 2 cards. Night Errant is so sick. Would Ertai that? I thought that, yeah, maybe it was worth it, because they do get 2 creatures out of it. I figured, like, with Avacyn in hand, I didn't have to, but maybe I was wrong. Like, I really wanted to get the... Oh, did I just not use Wandering Emperor? Whoops. Whoopsies. Drew the extra funny card. What, Avacyn? I mean, they're gonna Dire Tactics my Avacyn, so... Oh, if I Ertai, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I gotcha. Ooh, no Dire Tactics? Block. Ooh, banger. Archangel Avacyn. Get out of here. It's been a while since I've cast this card. I'm confused as to how they have 7 cards in hand and didn't play a spell on turns 3 or 4. Or 2 or 3, right? They played 1 drop, or they played nothing on 1, thing on 2, nothing on 3. They're at 14, so I will present a 2-turn clock. And I will hold up all of my mana. Alright, what you got? What you got over there? Yeah, and they don't have Dire Tactics, because they would have killed the Avacyn last turn. They have another Knight. Don't really care about that. Worst they can do is find Brutal Cathar, but then I just Queller it. You're so bad for me, yeah. Yeah, maybe it's just all Knights. All Knights and Wedding Announcements. No, because they would have played Wedding Announcement on 3, right? They skipped their 3. Lord only knows what's in their hand. A Kudro? Kudro! General Kudro! Yeah, I don't either. Your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, you can have that. So we passing. I'm not playing a spell. Not doing it. Not doing it. Counter. Attack! Fatal Push. I mean, if they have a second Fatal Push, this gets punked, but they don't. Cool. Why no spells? Because if I tap... Well, I guess if I play Giada, even if they have Fatal Push on Mastermind, I just go counter on Giada, attack for 7. I didn't want to go shields down on Queller, but I guess there was no reason not to. Yeah, that's fair. I mean... Seem to be a lot better with a Fatal Push, but... Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I would flip Avacyn. Yeah, that's a good point. So them pushing on their turn is actually better for me. Have I ever been asked to play a Relentless Rats deck for a donation deck? No. And I don't think I would. It would make for some entertaining content, I will give you that. I think I'm just going to try and trade for Bodyguard here. Bodyguard into turn 2 Lieutenant is not the greatest sign of strength. Spoke too soon. Well, this is fine, right? I can go Mastermind, trade for Bodyguard, Binding Adeline, Wandering Emperor, exile this, and we're kind of at parity, sort of. Is this the jankiest Dono deck yet? No, I've played some janky ones. I've played Possibility Storm. We actually, the first Dono deck that I ever 5-0'd with was like way back in the day. I don't think they had Brave. Way back in the day, like 3 years ago, when I really first started streaming, we 5-0'd with a Pioneer Rack deck, and it was super sick. What's up, Gibbo? I'll never forget about that. That's fine. Yeah, Possibility Storm. Possibility Storm was a little bit better, perhaps. Yeah, the Restore Balance deck. There was some bangers. Definitely some bangers. Alright, can I survive? Kill Adeline. Take 7, go to 4. Go to 2, back up to 4. I'm just dead, right? Just have no outs. Shock to 2, kill this. Go back up to 4, take 5. Bounce, play this tap, take 5. Bounce, shock. 2, still dead. Yeah. Alright, good game. That was a rough one. That was a rough one. I mean, you know, I kind of expected... I didn't really expect it to go that well, to be completely honest with you, because the curve is a little bit too high. One thing that I would definitely recommend is we gotta get some Fatal Push in here. So I think I would cut this stuff. I don't know if you want to keep the Leyline Bindings... But you definitely have to play at least Fatal Push. Maybe you don't play Thoughtseize. But you at least start here. Like, I guess you can call Borrower a 2-mana spell. This is really a 3-mana spell. So this is kind of what your curve looks like. Maybe you can shave... Maybe you, like, shave a Binding and play 3 Thoughtseize. Could do something like this, maybe. But, I mean, the number one thing about this deck... And we definitely learned this in the league, is that we have to lower the curve, right? Dono decks are $25 or 5 gifted subs. Or 5 Factor subscriptions. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Factor, by the way, chat. Exclamation point Factor in the chat. We did just do a little bit of live meal ordering, which should be in here. Should be here within the next couple of weeks, which we're going to do an unboxing live on stream, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, if you want a little bit of a discount on your first couple of boxes on Factor, head over to the website, use the link, use the code. Very convenient service. Everything is all prepped for you, all prepackaged. They just send it right to you. You throw it in the microwave. Could not be any easier. So, well, that's the nice thing about Factor. I don't even have to cook. They do everything for me. Well, I don't have to, like, there's no prep involved. If you want me to, I can take the computer, walk it downstairs, plug it into the kitchen, and then I can record me putting the thing in the microwave and then hitting the 2 and then actually watching the microwave spin the food around on the plate. If you want, we can maybe do that, but... No way!